Hey guys, James here. I wanted to show you what we were chatting about earlier about the Agile scope of work method. What you need to accomplish this, a bunch of note cards and a pen in your brain. What I usually do to scope out a project is get all of the ideas out on note cards first, and then take those note cards and make them into specific tasks or specific modules. So what we'll do today is basically look at the fetched food or Pepepium website that you have up there now, and we'll just go over one feature. Let's go over the login feature. So from a high level, all you have to do on the note card is write in, I would like end users have the ability to log in. Right? So write that on a note card, and that's a very high level of what that particular task is, or part of the website that you want it to be, right? And then you kind of go through, I want a front page with a how-to document on it. And then you just keep going and then put all of the high-level features that you want on these note cards, right? And then you go back through the note cards, and we both know that, to make a login feature is not as simple as just writing on a note card, right? So what we do is we take this one note card, and end user being able to log in means we need to create username and password. We need to be able to create password recovery. We need an authentication method. And then on the note cards, as you start writing these down, so we kind of include the UI, UX on a high level right now, right? So we need to create a place to put the username. We need to create a place to put the password, and we need to create a submit button. Right. So now we have basically, create username, password, GUI, and then also forget password, and then forget password and making the GUI for email and password are two totally different things. So what we do is we rip this up. We take two note cards. We put create username, password, submit button on one of them, and then password recovery. On another one, and then that password recovery gets emailed and reset. Or maybe you have challenge questions. And you pop up the challenge questions, and if you answer, the challenge questions correctly, then you're able to pass up. However you want to do that. So now we basically have, create a username and password and a submit button. We have password recovery emailed for reset, and then on the back end, there's a couple things that we need as well, right? So we need a database to store usernames and passwords, right? And again, I know this is just a really simple example, but you'll start noticing that you're starting to get a whole bunch of note cards, and the table is going to fill with all these note cards. Okay, and eventually you're going to start getting all the features. Create a user form, create password, create a password form, and you're going to get deeper and deeper into this. And eventually you're just going to be able to know that that you have a create user module. And we'll talk about that in a second, right? So, and sometimes it's easier to just put modules on a different color index card. Okay. So once you get all of these features on these note cards, you go back to them and you say, hey, how long, on a scale 1 to 10, how hard is it to put a email and password and login button onto the website? Scale 1 to 10, let's say it's a 2, because I'm sure you guys do it very often. How long, on a scale from 1 to 10, how hard is it to set up the database to store username and passwords? Let's put that as a 4, because there's some configuration you do there. On a scale 1 to 10, how hard is it to set up the password recovery for email and reset? Let's put that as a 2. Okay, so now you're going to go through all of the note cards and put a scale 1 to 10 on how hard each of these tasks are, right? So we have a 2, a 4, and a 2, which is 6, right? So now we can basically set that number 6. It's going to take about 6 units of something to create the login module on the website. Now 6 can equal a unit of time, so 30 minutes. So it'll take 3 hours. So now you can basically use your green note card and say the login module will take 3 hours. Right. So now you have all of these note cards underneath the login module, which will take 3 hours. And if you do that per feature, what we can end up doing is taking each one of these note cards and putting them in Asana, and then each programmer can basically take that task, complete it, and then send it on to someone for approval. So that's just a quick way to scope out a project in a high level using an agile methodology for scopes of work. Hope I didn't confuse you. If you have any questions or if you want to do this live, I'm happy to. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.